Hey everybody, it's that word cat, just talking about some random stuff on the internet. So currently I'm not wearing a shirt because it is hot as F where I live. But for this video I'm going to put one on, so give me just a sec. Uh, and I thought that today we could just do something really stupid, entirely uninteresting, and I'm going to clean my kitchen. And while I'm cleaning my kitchen, maybe I'll just say some random words about some things that have either come up or interest me or whatever. I hope you like my hair right now. I need a haircut to like shave this down and trim this mess up. This is actually interesting. Oh, sorry, it's so dark. I have my hall light off. I was just in my room. Now I'm going to the kitchen. So I had my hall light off. Should probably move this over here. That's that alcohol. What was I saying? I don't remember. So, since I made that last video, my kitchen is an absolute disaster. I'm going to show you, and I'm not showing you this because I'm proud of it. I'm showing you this because, well, it's content, but also it's more like, I just want to show you like where I'm at in my life right now. It's not that great. So I had food poisoning from Sunday night until... Today is the first day I woke up feeling fine. So I went to work yesterday, finally, and I needed it. I need the money. And I was struggling all day because my stomach was killing me. But, so now that today I'm feeling fine, finally, I guess I have to deal with this mess that I left. So I guess we'll view it together. I mean, I've already viewed it. So my cutting board from the last video and the countertop, a little messy. Not great, needs to be cleaned. And then this mess. And on top of that, I got this shit show in and around the sink. So please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to fix this mess together. Because I wish that... You know what? Why don't I change the light setting? Because this is really irritating me. Okay, maybe this will be better. Still getting that effect. Not a big fan of it. It doesn't look good on the video. Okay, now I have an idea. Okay, so what if I put the phone... Because, you know, I record everything on the phone. For now, because I don't have a ring light. I don't have a GoPro or whatever anybody uses to make actual YouTube videos. I feel like we had this problem last time. Didn't we? Okay, so I have this saucer, which I actually use for making tea. Oh, that's something interesting we could talk about another time. But that's not really going to do it. Oh, I have an idea. So I'm going to take this towel and do the same thing that I do when I'm lying in bed watching videos. And just like use the towel to create a little bit of a ledge to prop the phone up on. And then I'm going to squeeze it up against this dead fern. Not my fault. My mom watered it wrong. She watered it on the crown and it killed it because it got it too wet. I watered it from the bottom, but whatever. Things happen. It was my fault anyway. And then, okay, here we go. Now you can see me washing my dishes. Isn't that so interesting? So, I'm gonna go ahead and open my dishwasher because most of these are gonna go in there. And I know I'm not washing my dishes right. Like, there's a better way to do this, where you fill up a sink with water and then like you soap, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I haven't done that before. I'm basically really bad at being a functioning adult. So what I'm gonna do is do it the way that my mom does it, which isn't great because it's a huge waste of water. I have my sponge here. The sponge I always dry out before I use again to kill all the bacteria. Even though it's kind of stinky right now. So I think I'm actually not going to use that. Let's see, let me set this up here. I'm going to set this up here. Wash my hands. That's actually stinky. That isn't going to clean anything. And use the scrubber that is completely dry. Get it wet. Give it a sniff. Smells great. It smells like water and plastic. Not even plastic, it just smells like water. Okay, so here we go. So I was having a really good conversation with some people on Telegram about writing. And one of them actually linked me to one of their stories, which I thought was very interesting. So it took place, a lot of it took place on a train. And I know that this person used to work in a train museum, which even if I didn't know that, like, I would still be able to tell that they knew a lot about trains based on how they were writing, and I thought that was really, really cool. Aside from that, the story was awesome. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's kind of complicated, and also I want you to be able to read it for yourselves. So I'm going to link that in the description. And then there's somebody else who I'm actually going to be meeting at Megaplex and going to a writing panel with. And apparently they are in the process of editing a novel-length piece. They said it's about 90,000 words, which is, I mean, definitely novel-length. IMHO. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. And yeah, we had a really nice conversation. I hope to be editing the first person's story here in the next couple of days. Because I'm off tomorrow and we'll see what other days I'm off. And I'm definitely off tomorrow because we're closed. So for those of you who don't know, I work in a restaurant. I'm currently a server/bartender, even though I'm a chef by trade. But I'm working on getting into possibly the pharmaceutical industry. Well, not pharmaceutical, sorry. Becoming a pharmacist or a pharmacy tech to begin with. Ooh, this bowl is slimy. And I'll tell you why I said that to you. I'll tell you why I told you that. So this bowl contained the food that gave me food poisoning from Sunday night through Thursday evening, really bad, and then Friday, most of the day. It was rough going, but I didn't throw up until Friday night at like, I don't know, like midnight or 1 a.m. That was a pretty good day. Today, again, feel great. So, not a surprise to me that that bowl was slimy. But not slimy in the good way. Slimy in the good way? What do you mean that word, Pat? Well, I mean that slimy foods are kind of absolutely delicious to me. I love slimy foods. Like okra? You don't like okra? What's wrong with you? No, but I do get it. I do get it. Because I didn't like slimy food for a long time. In fact, when I was younger, I hated tomatoes because I hated that, like, squishy sensation you get when you bite into them. That just absolutely disgusted me. Like, it made me want to throw up. So I can understand it if people don't like slimy food. I personally now, at my current age, haha, you thought I was going to tell you. No way. No way, Jose. But at my current age, a little bit more grown up, I really, really enjoy slimy foods. So again, okra, natto from Japan. Oh, big surprise, it's from Japan. Of course I love it. Now, most people don't like natto, but and the first time I tried it, I did not like it. Hang on, don't let me waste water, or more water than is necessary. So I need to redo my soap, my jabón, if you speak Spanish. ¿Qué habla español? Mi jabón. Shoot, I just got distracted there. Oh yeah, so, yeah, a lot of people who like Japanese stuff don't like natto. And I get that because it's a really weird food. But to me, it's absolutely delicious and it's so satisfying because it's like, it's beans and it's fermented and it's just deliciousness. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Comment in the comments below. What do you think about natto? What do you think about okra? What do you think about slimy foods in general? If you've had slimy tofu, please let me know because I've never had it and I'm very interested to try it. All right. What's next on the agenda? Oh, guess I'll tell you a story. So on, let's see, it was last Thursday? It was last Thursday. I went up to Tampa. I love Tampa. It's one of my favorite cities. Period. No matter what. I love it. And I plan to go to Busch Gardens, Tampa. Unfortunately, because there were thunderstorms nearby, all the rides were closed. And I got there at like 5 or 6 o'clock and the park closed at 8. So I was like, well, this isn't happening, but let me make the most out of my Tampa experience. So I went over to the gay bar, which if you're from Tampa, is off of, it's not Bruce B. Downs, it's Mabry. So if you're from Tampa, you'll know Mabry, and it's called Cityside. So comment in the comment section below if you know Cityside, or don't, because I'm not asking people to help themselves. Anyway, ooh, this isn't working. I'm gonna have to rewash this. But anyway, I went there, and I met a really awesome drag queen. Her name is Raquel Blue. I will link her Facebook in the comments or in the description because honestly, if you're not following her, you have to. She is amazing. And she's really into cooking, which as a chef by trade, I found really interesting. And honestly, all of her food looks straight up legit. I was impressed. So then I met this dude. Okay, so this is the whole situation. Get ready. Trigger warning for, I don't know what you would trigger warning. Trigger warning for misrepresentation of intentions, I guess. So this dude, whose name I won't tell you, even though I really want to, he was like seriously flirting with me. And I never get flirted with. So that was a huge compliment to me. Huge. So we were chatting. He left for a while. I thought he left for the night. He came back. I was like, where were you? I wanted to take you out for dinner. He said, oh, I just went out for dinner. I was like, aw, missed opportunity on my part. I guess I messed that up. But then he stayed for a while. And he was like, hang on, turn off the water. Let me go get the rest of the pots and then we'll continue. Because I just don't want to waste more water than I'm already wasting. Boop ba doop boop boo. Hating this. Actually, I really don't mind this. I like doing dishes. The only thing I don't like about doing dishes is getting wet. Which always happens to me because I'm just messy. I'm a messy person. Look at my shirt. Look, it's already soaked. Right in the front. Right on the bella part. So I got this. Let's see. I've still got to clean this. Pro tip, never put knives in the sink. That, no. Put them to the side of the sink. If they go in the sink and you have water in it, you can't see what's going on under the water. How easy is it to slice your freaking finger off with a knife hiding under that deep, murky water, waiting to taste your blood? So don't do it. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna put some of that here. Okay. So. Oh, shit. I have a whole pan I have to fill with water. I don't have to fill it. I'm just choosing to. Well, mostly. Because I need to break up the fat that's in there. So it's hot water. I'm going to break up the fat with the detergent that's in the soap, and then, well, yeah, we'll go from there. I'm also going to grab, while I'm on here, 2 more knives and cutting board. Again, do not put knives in the sink. I have my chef's knife and I have another utility knife. Do not put knives in the sink. It's just a recipe for a bad situation, y'all. Alright, so what else do I have over here? Now, I have this towel that I put under my cutting board. Oh, pro tip, chef's tip. Most people already know this. I hope. If you don't, then learn it now. If you're putting a cutting board on your counter, put a wet towel underneath it, please. It doesn't have to be a paper towel. It can be a fabric towel. Just like make sure you put a wet towel underneath it, because what that's going to do is prevent your cutting board from slipping so that you don't cut yourself. This is becoming a video about not cutting yourself. Don't put knives in the sink. Put a wet towel underneath your cutting board. Don't cut yourself. This smells horrible, by the way, because it's been there for a few days. Why? Again, because I had food poisoning and I really did not have the ability to do much of anything while I had food poisoning. All right, so I bet there are some people wondering, why did I have food poisoning? I'll tell you, but I will tell you with the explicit understanding that it was not the restaurant's fault, okay? So understand that. So what happened was, when I went to Tampa to go to Busch Gardens, and then met this guy. Oh yeah, I have to finish that story. I'll get there. At the end of the night, I was hungry, and I went and got food at this Chinese restaurant that's open late. It is not the restaurant's fault. This is entirely my fault. So what happened was, I was too tired to actually eat the food, even though I thought I was really hungry. It also took a while to get it. Not the restaurant's fault. And so I didn't really eat it. And then I left it in my hotel room overnight. And then the next day, I went to Busch Gardens and left it in my hot car all day long, and then drove home to where I live, which is multiple hours away, and then ate it the next day. So, a cautionary tale to anybody who's being lazy and potentially drunk. Couldn't be me. I never get drunk. But seriously, like, I thought it was going to be fine because I ate old leftover food all the time. But in this particular case, it was definitely more extreme, I guess, temperature environments than I normally leave my food at. And also, what in particular got me sick was a tofu dish. And so for those of you who don't, just for all of you, bacteria likes to grow on things that are wet and full of protein. And tofu is both of those things. So I should have known better, and I did, but I still ate it because I didn't want to waste the food. And that's what made me sick. Not the restaurant's fault, that was entirely my fault. So back to the story about this guy. So he came back after he had dinner. Again, I wanted to take him to one of my favorite restaurants in town for dinner, but he'd already gone. And then we hung out for a little while more, and a couple hours more. And he flirted with me, and I flirted with him, and I thought everything was wonderful. And eventually we agreed that we both wanted to spend the night together. Not necessarily, oh, shoot. I had sweat going into my eye. Sorry. So not necessarily in a not family-friendly way, we just wanted to hang out for the night. So I, in my infinite wisdom, decided that it would be appropriate for me to go ahead and get a hotel room. I mean, after all, it's not every day that I get a guy flirting with me, and he was totally my type. I'm not going to tell you what my type is, but he was totally my type. So, come to pass another hour or so, and I get my keys in my hand. I'm like, hey, ready to go to the hotel, spend the rest of the night together? And he comes to me and he says, you know what, I have a lot of things to do tomorrow, so I'm going to go home. I'm like, B, I just got a hotel room that I honestly really don't have the money for. And I told him that too. I already told him that. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, are you going to hate me? And I said, well, no, but I'm not going to respect you anymore. And he really didn't have a response to that. So here's me, stuck with a hotel room that I really didn't want, but wound up making it work to the best of my ability, because I went to Busch Gardens the next day. All alone, when I was expecting to spend the night with this guy. And, yeah, so that's kind of that frustrating story. Well, that's all of the frustrating story. And I don't want to, I wish nothing bad on this person who did this to me. And I understand at the same time alcohol was involved, so maybe neither of us were making the best decisions. But I genuinely hope that he felt bad for what he did. Because he led me on, and then he turned me down at the last second. And that was very, I was going to say very rude, but it was just like, again, I know that we were at a bar, he was drinking, I had had some drinks. But at the same time, it's like, bro, like, don't play me up that hard for hours and then turn me down at the last second. I had my keys in my hand. I was like, let's go, bro. I was like, let's go. And then he turned me down. I don't know. Maybe I'm bitter. I don't think I am. I think I'm being reasonable. But maybe I'm being bitter. I don't really know. It's just, I think for me it hurt especially bad because I never get hit on. Like, nobody thinks I'm cute, ever. And he told me that I was his type. And I believed him. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm stupid for believing him. But I don't know, I just thought there was something there because he said that I was his type and he wanted to spend the night with me and hang out and I don't know. Anyway, I washed this knife by hand. Never wash your chef's knives in the dishwasher. It will dull them and ruin them. Don't ever do it. I'm going to dry this off over here by just slapping it down. Well, not slapping it literally, but just, you know, placing it gently on a folded towel. And I'm really, really hot right now, and I'm sweating bullets. So I think kitchen's pretty much clean. Well, all the dishes are done. I'll clean the rest of the kitchen tomorrow, and I guess that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for joining me. Oop. Oop. And oop. Yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao.